It has been a busy morning at Litter Media, and it's been a busy week the last few days. We've had a number of special edition Litter Media Lives, and that gives us an opportunity really to get a lot of word out about specific things that are going on in our community. And we appreciate all the folks who have obliged in coming in to talk about these events. But that's what our plan is, and that is to make sure we share the good news about the things going on in our community.
Absolutely.
And I say our community, but it's
Our
territory, basically,
Yeah.
because our community stretches more than just Chillicothe. I know we're based in Chillicothe, but for those of you that are watching us for the very first time, we stretch as far north as Columbus, all the way down to the river. And I'm not talking about the Scioto, I'm talking about the Ohio.
Right.
And then all the way over from Springfield to Athens. So it's a wide territory that we call our local communities, and we appreciate those of you who are watching today. We're jumping into the weekend with some rain.
Yeah, we've been fortunate here this past week, unlike the 6 or 7 weeks in a row where we had Thursday, Friday, Saturday rain. We got a break from that for about a week, and talking about chance of rain moving in here later today, probably around 2 o'clock, high of 73 today. And the rain that we're going to start up with this afternoon will be on and off throughout the evening and into the early hours tomorrow, and then maybe some sunshine peeking out. But it's going to be a lot cooler on Saturday and Sunday. Sunday's high, about 49, I think.
I think these temperatures are going to be good for the runners of the Buck 50 that are here. I was talking with Chris Stengel, who we'll see here in just a moment, yesterday about the event that's coming up at Great Seal Park. And I said the one thing I always had trouble with while running was my glasses. Because if you're running in the rain, it's just it just clouds your vision. And I wasn't wearing contacts at the time. Much different if you're wearing contacts.
Right.
So, and I haven't run since way back when. That's the big key right there. Yeah. All right, coming up, we'll take a look at the news topics. We have a lot to share with you today, sports as well as this date in history. It's all just ahead. Pickaway Ross Career and Technology Center, adult education. There's a number of things that you can jump into. Skilled trades like electrical, maintenance, welding, HVAC, public safety. I know we had the guys on earlier today from Green Township and where was the other township? Jefferson, to talk about EMS. Well, EMS training takes place out at the Pickaway Ross Career and Technology Center for adult education, EMS and fire instruction, paramedic, firefighter, to transition, and a 36-hour volunteer fire department training. And there's a load of health technologies as well, all available at Pickaway Ross Career and Technology Center. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and you'll learn more about the services they provide at Pickaway Ross CTC. News is next.
Hi, I'm Dave Pinkerton with Advanced Services Heating and Cooling, your local heating and cooling expert. If you want quality service, quality installation, give Advanced Services a call, 740-773-4499.
This is Big Chillicothe. Horizon's 100% fiber internet service is coming to your area. Call 740-772-8331 or visit horizonconnects.com/Chillicothe to sign up today.
Time now for news. And we start with the running event that's taken the streets and the county roads across Ohio.
Buck 50 gets underway. I think Dave Huggins said the first runners take off at about 1 o'clock through about 5 o'clock today.
They're all staggered at different times, and the ones who take the longest, they're the first to take off. And then the last groups are the ones that are the fastest timers, so that they all come in a special way tomorrow afternoon. So that being said, they've added something new downtown. This is what is called the Wagner's Cozy Wall of Winners. And Dave was setting this up yesterday when I was downtown to talk with him. And Dave wasn't doing it by himself, but he had this great idea about putting these slabs together and a way to recognize those who have been winners in previous years. So really unique, And this thing's probably going to weigh about 1,500 pounds with all that on there. And so we had the opportunity yesterday to catch up with Dave Huggins to learn a little bit more about what's going on with the Buck 50. And he tells the story behind how this big trophy case came about.
So this is what we are calling the Wagner's Cozy Wall of Winners. This will have, by the time we're finished, we'll have slabs of black walnut that represent each race category. So we started keeping track of male, female, mixed teams, and 5-person teams in 2020. So we have 3 years worth of plaques on there. We'll continue to add plaques on this as it's completed, but we're certainly thankful for their partnership and sponsorship, and this is a way to honor them and honor the champions of the race.
And here he is, along with some of the other helpers, putting it into place. Thanks to Paul Corcoran there, he had the big crane operation going on. Pretty cool to see this all come together. And then also, here's Anita Rogers, and she's the Huntington advisor, and has a number of kids there from Huntington, St. Trace, Unioto, and Adena, who are helping to set things up. And I asked him, I said, is this what you're used to doing? And he says, yeah, working hard. So you can hear more, read more, see more when you check all this out on our website, our Facebook page, as well as our YouTube channel.
Another running event to talk about, the Big Deal at Great Seal.
Yeah, and that's coming up May 6th. And this is Chris Stengel from Chillicothe. He now coaches running. He has a side business where he coaches running, and that's down in Tampa, Florida. And he says a number of his runners who run with him down in Tampa are coming here so they can learn to be challenged by the hills.
I like that.
And we're looking at a 5K, 25K, and a 50K course through Great Seal. And he said, even I got challenged because it's all flat down in Tampa. Yeah. And so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out that first weekend in May.
A running event of a different kind. Hope Clinic of Ross County and their Kentucky Derby event.
Yes, there you see Chris Adams to my immediate left. Dr. Jennifer Allen is speaking about what's going on with the services of Hope Clinic. And there on the right is Melanie Luftus. She is the pharmacist, and they have gone from a small amount of being able to help people with their prescriptions to, and we're talking $50,000 worth, to $300,000 worth of prescriptions being able to be distributed out to the people in need. Now, if you want to help with the Kentucky Derby, if you scan that QR code that you see right there on the screen, you can do that by going back to our Facebook page, and you'll be able to see this also on our YouTube channel later. But that will give you a way to get right to their event page so that you can get tickets to help out with the Kentucky Derby. Mike Haller is going to be the auctioneer this year. I'll be your MC again for another event. It's a lot of fun at the Chillicothe Country Club. And yes, you get to watch the Kentucky Derby and sing My Old Kentucky Home. So we do all that during that event, but it raises a lot of money for the Hope Clinic of Ross County.
A special edition we had about an hour ago was with Jim Hatfield and Barry Bennett. They are with the Ross County EMS Service Committee. Their interview basically talking about a study that they want to pay for, but they need the help of the township trustees throughout the county to ante up the money to have the study, or you want to call it a feasibility study, of the possibility of an EMS service throughout the county. The trustees will be meeting with the commissioners on May the 4th, so they would like the citizenry to get with their trustees and urge that they participate in paying for that study. The laying of the wreath at Arlington National Cemetery's Tomb of the Unknown is one of the most solemn ceremonies our nation regularly observes, and some Circleville area school students were able to participate this past Wednesday. The 4 students from New Hope Christian Academy were Noah Hamilton, Thomas Scribner, Andrew Pullman, and Elena King. To add to that rare experience was that Elena King's 96-year-old grandfather, Bob Valentine, a Circleville resident and World War II veteran, also was present to see that ceremony.
I'm glad he was able to be there. That's pretty cool.
Really, really neat. Waverly City Council has given approval for the Military Tribute Banner Program. Anyone interested in sponsoring and honoring a military service member, send a message to the organization Will Battle. You might remember an interview that we did with them here a month or so ago. The first 10 banners receive a $20 discount. They'll be displayed year-round on U.S. Route 23 in Waverly.
Nice.
Yellow Day. When is that?
It's coming up May 5th. So we've got events that we've been talking about, May 4th, May 5th, and May 6th. This has been Trotter. If you know nothing about Yellow Day, there you see Adam Peterson, or no, that's that HUD Ward right there. He's handing things off to Mike Throne, who is Mr. Yellow on that day in particular. Yes. But this is a day of random acts of kindness. And Ben's mother, her name was Honor Trotter, and Honor taught with Adam Peterson. And this was his way of honoring Honor, if I can say that. But Adam Peterson was here last year for this event. I don't know that he'll be able to be there this year, but it's rallied a lot of school children and helped them to see that just these little random acts of kindness can help change the world. And as I was telling Ben during this interview, I was going to an event, I think in August, in front of the Carlisle building, and there was still a faded yellow Post-it note that said, "Be kind," posted to the lamppost there. So we hope they're making a difference. There's Adam. He's talking with a lot of the kids, and they love the bubbles and everything else that's going on. So you're going to see a lot of yellow downtown. You've probably already seen the street signs up that say Chillicothe Yellow Day. This is what it's about. And if you want to learn more, listen to the interview that we have here on our videos page with Ben Trotter from earlier this morning.
All righty. Ohio Power Sighting Board has authorized Palomino Solar LLC to construct a 200-megawatt solar-powered electric generating facility in Dotson and Union Townships in Highland County. The state board voted 8-1 in favor. The project will impact 1,400 acres within a 2,600-acre project area. Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction announcing funding support for construction, renovation, and security improvement projects at nearly a dozen local jails in Ohio. Among them, $1 million going to the Jackson County Jail for needs and feasibility assessments. Tomorrow is Lancaster Downtown Cleanup Day from 8 a.m. until noon. For Downtown Cleanup Day, service groups and organizations to individuals and families are welcome to participate. And yes, it will be held rain or shine. Go to Downtown Lancaster to sign up. Staying in Lancaster, the Fun Bus has announced the launch of a new transportation option for the Friday night Lancaster Bandstand. That begins on May the 26th at 4 p.m. The Fun Bus operates a new 20-minute shuttle loop with multiple boarding locations throughout the downtown area. You can see that map there. It gives you a little bit of an indication. New service will provide exciting, safe, and fashionable transportation and support Lancaster City Parks and destination downtown Lancaster.
Have you seen a picture of the Fun Bus?
I did. Yes.
It looks just like the trolley in
Yes.
Chillicothe. It just is painted a little differently.
Yes, sir. So doing that as well in Lancaster. Also tomorrow is National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. Almost every community in our area is participating with drop-off locations at local law enforcement, like the county sheriff's departments, for example. This will go nationally from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. And again, any unwanted or old medications can safely and anonymously be disposed of by bringing those into those locations, and then those will be destroyed by local law enforcement. Local road report, the bridge replacement project on State Route 93 in Vinton County begins May the 1st between Old State Route 75 and Ashmore Road. One lane will be closed. Traffic will be maintained with traffic signs, and that should be going through August the 1st.
And to add to that road report, let's again remind folks throughout Ross County this weekend you will see runners on the roads. Their chase vehicles will also be with them. So give them the room. You will see all across the course, and that's on the trails as well as on the roadways and the streetways and byways here throughout Ross County. you'll see signs that say "runners ahead." So and you'll also see the one I think is the most favorite for these runners. The 1 mile to go sign.
Yeah. Just around the corner, so to speak.
And so they're running 150 miles across God's green earth right here. And we want you to make it a safe journey for them for what they're doing to help out with the Drug-Free Clubs of America. All right, just ahead, we'll take a look at sports for you. Another new coach named. We will share that for you just a few short moments away. McDonald's in Chillicothe, in Circleville, in Greenfield, and Waverly. They're looking for employees. If you want to join the McCrew, can I say McCrew?
Why not?
The McDonald's McCrew, you can do so, and they're paying $15 an hour. If you want to learn more, just click on any ad you see on our website, littermedia.com. Any ad that you see for any of our advertisers will take you right to the information that they want you to see, and that includes McDonald's. So if you see Big Mac, click on it. It'll take you right there. McDonald's.
I'm loving it.
Also, want to say hi to our friends at Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. They've helped us put this program on for the last couple of years, and we appreciate that, as we do with all of our sponsors. But if you've got an issue with heating, cooling, or plumbing, Accurate. Give them a look. Your trusted comfort advisor, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Sports on the way next.
At Country Clipper, pride runs deep. We take pride in knowing our mowers help create a space for families to make memories. That our features transform mowing into an enjoyable experience. Most importantly, we take pride in knowing the decision to purchase a Country Clipper will be one you can be proud of for years to come. Country Clipper zero-turn mowers.
Budweiser beer, the king is second to none.
Who drinks Budweiser? You know the type. The people who grind. Those who don't back down. And the ones who don't quit. They say all people are 6 degrees of separation away from each other. But some are just a six-pack away. The people who share the same spirit, share the same beer. This Bud's for you.
This is Big Chillicothe. Horizon's 100% fiber internet service is coming to your area. Call 740-772-8331 or visit horizonconnects.com/Chillicothe to sign up today.
Time for sports, and let's just jump right into it, Mike.
Couple of coaching notes. One on the big stage. Washington Courthouse girls basketball all-time leading scorer Valerie King has been named the new women's coach at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Now, you might remember the men's team made the NCAA tournament this past spring. So Val's being called upon to try to build up that women's program as well. Another familiar face and a familiar name. Jeff Lyseth has been hired as the new Portsmouth boys basketball coach. Jeff had coaching runs, of course, with the Unioto boys, Piketon boys, Chillicothe girls. Most recently over at Dayton Northridge, he was named the state coach of the year while at Northridge here a couple of years back, and this past year got a state OHSAA sportsmanship award. Portsmouth is Jeff's hometown. That's where he went to high school, played on the state championship, was an assistant coach on another state championship team, played, of course, his college ball at Miami University. A very good guy, just a fantastic guy that loves young people, and I know the Portsmouth folks that remember him are just loving getting this guy back home.
Another accomplished author as well. He's got a third book coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, he's a good one, and it's good to have Jeff back here in Southern Ohio. Chillicothe girls and boys, last week they swept the team titles at the Andy Haynes Memorial. Well, last night they swept team titles at their own Cavalier Invitational. The Chillicothe girls were 3 points ahead of runner-up Circleville. Chillicothe had 165 points. The boys had 130 points, 20 and a half better than runner-up Zane Trace. You can get each individual event and team standings by clicking onto our website story at littermedia.com. Wheelersburg softball continues to roll. They were a winner over SOC rival Portsmouth West, 5-1 last night. Athens, only correction there is they're 15-0 now in softball, a 13-0 winner over Waterford. Of course, Athens Division II, Wheelersburg, the defending state champs, they are Division III. The Reds, 4-3 loser yesterday in the opener at PNC Park against the Pirates.
Another 1-1 loss.
I think I heard that for the third straight game, they lost. Their opponent scored all the runs they needed in the first inning to win the game.
Yeah.
Not that they scored all of the runs in a game, but they scored all they needed to win.
Wasn't it long ago? I mean, it's like the 2014 or 15 season when the Reds were scoring early in a game.
Mm-hmm.
They were the first to score, and they were scoring a bunch of runs, and then they couldn't protect the lead.
Yeah. So
now it's playing catch-up.
Now if they can win the next three, we'll forget all about that stat we just threw out there. Guardians had the night off. They're back in action tonight, and the Cleveland Cavs, Game 3 at Madison Square Garden tonight with that series knotted up 1-1 with the Knicks in the NBA playoffs.
That means we've got to look at Spike Lee.
Yeah, he's always on the front row.
He's going to be there. He's going to be giving them whatever he throws out at him. And must be nice to have money to have those front row seats like that.
It'd be just nice to have money, whether you go to the NBA games or not.
But if you turn things out like what Spike Lee has done in previous years, I mean, he's paid well for his career. So,
he has. Yeah.
I
want to see Charles Barkley sitting next to him.
That could be interesting. Because I'm sure Spike probably gave him a word or two.
I'd say
when the Suns would come to New York. So,
oh my! And what's the other actor? Jackson. Can't think of his first name.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel. Yes, thank you. Yeah, they're in all those NCAA commercials together. So.
They're a lot of fun to watch. All right, coming up, this date in history, it's not too far away from here, and we go back to what year?
1930. But you had a picture yesterday that involves what we're talking about today.
Kind of a bit of an association.
Yeah.
So if you watched yesterday's program, you're ahead of the game.
You got a hint.
If you're not ahead of the game and you're just part of the class, like most of us are on a regular basis, we'll fill you in here in just a bit. Saw one of these dumpsters over on Mulberry Street this morning. It's right there downtown by the canal. Help me. This is horrible. The mural that is on 2nd and Mulberry. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
A mural down by the flood wall?
Nope. This is right downtown.
By the phone company?
No.
Not that one.
This is the one at Mulberry and 2nd Street.
I'm trying to remember what that mural is.
Well, Mike, just go down on Mulberry Street. You'll see an orange dumpster there.
Okay.
And right behind it is the mural I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm giving you two landmark things to see
I'm drawing
here.
a blank, and I know probably exactly what you're talking about, but I'm just drawing a blank right now.
It's across from the Fort Collective.
You know, I don't know that I've noticed a mural there.
Are you serious?
I got to go down there after the show and see that mural. Yeah. It's one of those things you see every day that you're not even paying attention.
Well, today you can't go any further west.
Kind of like when your wife's trying to talk to you and you're not here.
You can't go any further west on 2nd Street because it's closed off for the $1.50.
Right.
But you would see that mural. It's right behind an orange dumpster.
Okay.
So I'm sure whoever it is that is doing something in that building, they needed a dumpster.
Put a sign up. Hey, Mike, we're here.
They've got a sign on the back of it that says Scioto Valley Dumpsters.
Yeah.
So make sure you give them a call if you need a dumpster that maybe will be eye-catching enough for Mike,
for even
Mike
to
to see. And then they'll haul all that stuff away for you. 740-253-8389. Tell Carl when he answers the phone that Dan and Mike sent you.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Archway of Opportunities is a scholarship program. It can include the crew members and it can include managers. The scholarship is $2,500 for crew members and it's $3,000 for managers. For my store alone, we've had $35,000 go out just in 1 year. And for all 7 of our stores, we had $66,000 in scholarship funds.
At Rathkamp Financial, we act as your advocate in all wealth matters. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When insuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Sorry, it took me a moment. I scrolled too high on the scroller.
There was a solar eclipse or lunar eclipse somewhere in the world
yesterday. We were eclipsed right
and
there.
It just caught up with us, yeah.
It's like a solar flare. It takes a while to get here.
Yeah.
But it was an eclipse flare.
Yeah.
This stage in history takes us back to 1930.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even remember this because of, they're young. They're not old like Dan and I. But did you know there used to be the Ohio State Penitentiary in downtown Columbus? Well, this is an artist rendering of that. But tragically, on this day, back in 1930, there was a fire, and 320 inmates lost their lives. Now, in subsequent years, this facility that was built in 1834, so it was almost 100 years old when that fire took place. It finally closed down in 1984, but we were trying to recall the movies that had been made there.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said Brubaker with Robert Redford.
Yeah, I think that was one of them there.
Sly Stallone. And when I mentioned this to my daughter yesterday, she said she called out the name.
Oh, is that right?
Lookout or something like that. The Sly Stallone was in. But yeah, that was in downtown Columbus. And now the Arena District, where Nationwide Arena is there. Of course, the Clippers Stadium. And also now Lower.com Field, I think, is in that area. So what used to be there was this, the Ohio State Penitentiary. But tragedy hit that place on this date back in 1930.
And Sylvester Stallone was also involved with a movie at the Ohio State Reformatory up in Mansfield. And that movie was Escape Plan 3.
And that's also where Shawshank Redemption was made. Yeah. In fact, I think they've turned it into like a tourist, like a museum.
Is that right?
Yeah. Tim Rutherford, who's a classmate of mine, a successful realtor here in town, I think he's been through it. And I think he said, Red was here because that was the thing that was scrawled into the overhang post in his hotel room. So, yeah, memories, radio memories from today.
Misty colored memories. Misty watercolored memories. Oh, you mentioned Robert Redford earlier, wasn't he? No, that wasn't Robert Redford. That was.
Yeah, it was The Way We Were with Barbra Streisand.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was I thinking then?
I'm not sure. We never interviewed Robert Redford or Barbra Streisand, I don't think. But
no. Ally McGraw was in the movie I was thinking
Love
of.
Story?
Yeah, Love
with,
Story with
Ryan O'Neal.
O'Neal,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. You interviewed, of course, Mary Tyler Moore. I'm still envious to this day. I think I was interviewing Joe Sulzer on the air live, and you were recording Mary.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking, I gave up Mary Tyler Moore for Joe Sulzer.
Because Joe Sulzer was the one who says, I don't care about council meeting last night. Let's talk to Mary Tyler Moore. I said, no, I got her all by myself, buddy.
Yeah.
You go on. You govern.
But the probably one of the funnier ones we did was with Terry Garr.
Oh, yeah.
Who was the gal in Young Frankenstein. She was in many other movies as well, but
nice knockers.
Everybody remembered that line, and she said to this day, when she's out and about, people will say that to her.
Yeah.
Now she has some kind of a degenerative
multiple sclerosis,
but still with us, I believe.
I can't attest to that.
Yeah, I think she's still with us.
But she was always on Late Night with David Letterman.
Mm-hmm.
She was kind of like Regis Philbin. Those two were like, if somebody...
They were fill-ins.
Yeah, if somebody decided to cancel or whatever, boom, they were there. And they would fill that gap, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So,
but Terry Garr, she was a lot of fun. You know, sometimes when you're interviewing a celebrity on a small-town radio, it's like, okay, let's get this over with. But she was a lot of fun.
Oh, she was,
You know, she contributed to the interview, yeah.
Prior to her book, I was clueless to her relationship with the Beatles. Because she and a friend lived with the Beatles for a while, back in the 60s. What a life.
What a life.
Man.
Oh, wow. I don't even know where to go from there. Is this pre-Yoko or
yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what the other two, George and Ringo's, of course, Ringo later married Barbara Bach, but I don't think they were married at that time. And
I think they were all four single.
Yeah, George Harrison at the time, I don't think he was with his wife that he married later on. So
I believe that's correct as well.
Oh, well.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your favorite memory on the radio as far as the celebrity interviews? I mean, you did, you know.
I enjoyed talking with Flippo the Clown.
Somebody was talking about Flippo on Facebook the other day, and I said we interviewed him once. Yeah.
I'll never forget, he performed at Tays Valley High School. I was just a little tyke at the time. And he was, I remember this specifically, because he walks out on stage and he does kind of like a pratfall. Mm-hmm. And I think they had just like put the new flooring in on the stage. And that was the joke. I tripped over a piece of the new stage, you know, and so he played up the crowd really big. Gosh, I'm trying to think who. There were so many.
Bob Marvin?
Yes, Bob Marvin's.
But somebody in that posting thread the other day said that Marvin wasn't even his real last name.
Yeah, it was.
And I'd never heard that.
It was a Jewish name.
I always thought it was just Marvin. So.
And back when, of course, he was. Do you remember seeing any of the pictures of him in his young days, the early days of Flippo the Clown?
I'm not sure that I have.
He was skinny as a rail.
Really?
And it looked like, man, what happened to him? Because we were used to seeing the larger full body version of Flippo the Clown. And Lucy's Toy Shop. Mm-hmm. You remember that program?
I do. She taught me how to count.
Taught me how to wake up trees.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr.
Wake
Tree.
up, Mr. Tree.
And the same thing with Pierre the poodle, singing Happy Birthday.
Yes.
But I don't think I got to interview her. But when we had Ramey Sinclair, the mom and pop grocery store gas station that sat at the corner of 316 and 104 in Pickaway County, right there on the edge of Skunk Holler, Mom purchased puppets to sell in the store. And I got to meet Lucy.
How about that?
But I was scared to death.
Oh, God.
And the reason I was scared to death was because She had glasses on. They were sitting down like this, which she never used on TV, and she was coming through with a cigarette going, "How are you?"
More like Marge Schott. How you doing, babe?
Exactly. And I'm like, this can't
is
be
not
Lucy.
Lucy.
It's not Lucy.
Yeah.
Where's Stanley the Mouse? Help me.
Yeah. Well, and
But she was a nice lady.
That's
really
probably like a lot of children's characters like that. If you meet him in real life, it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, we talked about Jason Filial the other day. He's the voice of the Ironton Tigers. He remembers the interview that I did with the voice of SpongeBob. And that was a lot of fun that morning because he was promoting a song. I think it was a Christmas song, and "Don't Be a Jerk." It's Christmas, I think, was the name of the song. And it was just neat to talk to the guy who was in character the whole time we're talking.
SpongeBob.
And I'm like, we're talking to SpongeBob here.
Yeah. Didn't Bart Simpson come from Ohio University?
Yeah.
Can't remember the name, but
well, Bart was this opened up a whole can of worms for those who don't know. Bart was a female doing Bart's voice.
Woody Woodpecker was Lance. I can't think of the
Walter Lance.
Yeah, it was his wife.
Okay.
That did the Woodpecker voice.
And June, what was her name? That did the voice of Rocky the Squirrel, Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
June.
Yeah,
Don't tell me it was June Allison.
I can't remember her name now, but I don't know. Was it June Allison?
I can't imagine June Allison, but it could have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to look that one up. I love June Allison.
All I remember was Bullwinkle was always, "Now time for Mr. Know-It-All." And then he would do his magic trick, too,
Yeah.
where he would say,
Yeah.
"Oh, there's nothing up my sleeve."
Yeah.
You know?
These cartoons,
Oh,
the
these
kids today are thinking, who and what?
You know, I took Danny when he was 6, maybe 7. They had a Bullwinkle and Moose marathon at a theater up in Columbus. And I'm thinking, this is going to be fantastic. We get a chance to relive my childhood, sit down and watch Bullwinkle and Rocky and Boris and Natasha and all those and Aesop's Fables and all those that came through. We sat there and I asked myself, what did I see that was so funny about this? Because I was viewing it in a completely different grown-up state.
Yeah.
Now, Bugs Bunny was hilarious from the word go.
Yeah.
I still think about Gossamer, the big red monster. And here's Think Quick, Rabbit, when he decides to turn into a beautician. And he's brings out this table and chair, sets it down, puts the monster into the chair, and he starts, "Oh, my.
You're such an interesting monster."
Yeah.
For some reason, TCM, well, the month of April is, they're celebrating Warner Brothers' 100th anniversary. So between movies, they're showing a lot of
great
Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Yeah.
So if you haven't been paying attention, you might want to check that out for the next couple of days.
Take a look at that, yes. All right. I think that's it for the show today. We have had a busy week. If you want to go back and look on our YouTube channel, there are a bunch of videos of interviews that we've done with people from our town, our community, talking about the important things that they're involved that help our community. So if you missed any of that this week, and you got some weekend view time, hey, it's going to be raining, you can't cut grass or do anything outdoors, sit down with our YouTube channel.
Sure.
And watch some of that. But you can also find those videos here on our videos page as well. So until Monday, I guess, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah. Why don't you interview the 10 o'clock guest on Monday morning? I've interviewed her before.
Who is the 10 o'clock guest?
My daughter.
Oh, that kid.
Ross County Health District. They have a program next weekend that they want to talk about.
That's the recovery event, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So she's a sweet kid.
Takes after her mother.
She does, and that is good for her.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
And she's also shopping for a man. So if you're looking for, if you want to do one of these eHarmony type things, you just watch her on the show at 10 o'clock Monday. Tell her not to wear green so she doesn't.
Tell Uncle Dan sent you. Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you again Monday with another edition of Litter Media Live.